頭の中のスタンドとこれから戦う。
戦うって。あと数分しかない。君にも協力してもらうぞ。え？
パーミットパープラス。
The PC gaming master race really doesn't like people calling them out on their shit. Much like SJWs or people who have an inflated ego of themselves. PC gamers tend to get really salty whenever you bring up the numerous problems that PC gaming is facing right now.
Console gamers tend to get really salty when you mention the numerous problems with console gaming.
How it can't really compete with consoles, how it can't really compete with mobile, how it's going to become increasingly irrelevant as time goes on, and
hello everyone, I am the Greatest Russian Spy and welcome back to another video. It's been 2 weeks, I don't give a shit, I have a life, fuck off. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about some retard on the internet that says the PC gaming master race are babies. Yeah, that title alone is pretty fucking ridiculous. Fucking hell. It's just, the funny thing is, if you look at the thumbnail, it's not even related to the fucking topic at hand. It's just a picture, it's just like a random screenshot from Pokemon. Like, holy shit. But anyways, I thought I could and should share this gem with you guys. I know YouTube's new creator and creator rule. I don't give a shit. Fuck that rule. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you get your channel terminated in like 2 minutes. Anyways, just like everything inevitably does, it's gonna die at some point. Just like console gaming. I haven't seen a single video from in the past year, since the Switch has come out, about people being excited for the new console releases. It's mostly people talking about PC games.
Already sort of has to an extent. You can't really convince me that PC gaming has gotten better since the 90s.
You can't really convince me that console gaming has gotten better since the PS3 came out. You want me to convince you how PC gaming has gotten better since the 90s? Better graphics, we've gotten better games, holy shit, the list just goes on, dude. Better graphics, better games, better user interfaces. You can record games on a PC, you know, shit that you probably wouldn't be able to do back in the 90s without a capture card or some shit.
Like, sure you can mod, sure you can pirate, but those are things that are going to get curbed with time. Like, companies are going to find counters to that. They're going to monetize mods.
Just because they're monetizing mods doesn't mean that you can't use external mods made by other companies or other people. Because I'm pretty sure it would be borderline impossible to make it, you know, not possible to get a bunch of disabled mods unless you pay for them. And if you're funny thing is, it's not even a mod if you have to. It's not even really a mod if you have to pay for it. It's more or less DLC.
Do all this stuff to make PC gaming obsolete and undesirable, and it's already becoming increasingly clear that consoles, specifically Nintendo consoles, are objectively superior to the PC gaming platform in every regard. They do all this stuff to make PC gaming obsolete and undesirable, and it's already becoming increasingly clear that consoles, every regard. Their consoles, specifically Nintendo consoles, are objectively superior to the PC gaming platform in every regard.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't play games on 4K on my fucking Nintendo Switch. Or maybe my well, actually, I don't know about PS4. I haven't played on my PS4 in 2 years. But your point about Nintendo consoles, I can't. The highest you could go with Nintendo consoles is fucking 1080p or some shit, like 720 1080p. On my PC, you can go from 4K if you have a really powerful PC, maybe even 8K. I haven't seen a single console that could go 4K yet. And even if PC, whatever games, unless it's like a first party or exclusive game, Whatever games you're gonna find on the console, you'll also find on PC. And guess what? Guess what? It'll have a better look if it's on PC.
More convenient. They have better releases. They have better controllers. They can actually evolve. In the case of
Alright, you can probably convince me that if the Epic Game Store didn't exist, you could probably convince me that the Switch and consoles will have better releases, but I highly doubt, and I extremely highly doubt that the fucking consoles have better controllers than PC. You cannot really beat having a mouse and keyboard, to be completely honest. Like, on a controller, you're using your fucking thumbs. Your fucking thumbs. You have to... I don't even have to explain how that's not as good as having your whole hand control, you know, the XY axis and shit like that on your PC.
Nintendo hardware. Like, I've long said this, but the main problem with PlayStation and Xbox right now is that they're trying too hard to be like a PC rather than trying to be, like, you know, an engaging, accessible, affordable gaming platform.
I don't think PlayStation was ever an affordable platform, considering that when I got it, it costed around $500.
There is no reason. PC, like, Xbox and PlayStation have gotten worse by trying to be like PC. They've gotten worse by trying to curb the console advantage, the console superiority.
Yeah, they've gotten worse by trying to be like PC. It's not like they've gotten worse because they've been doing it wrong. Yeah, no, it's because they've been trying to be like PC. Okay.
By trying to appeal to the PC master race, a group of people that will absolutely not accept anything other than, like, the absolute what they're already invested into, right? Like, I imagine the vast majority of PC gamers have never really played a console before, which is why they always go on about, like, emulators and piracy and mods and...
Well, funnily enough, before 2014, I was a console gamer, and I was never really the type of person that would always praise consoles. If anything, when I had my PS4 and played on that all the time, I always shat on consoles, like the whole online membership program bullshit, and how it's free on PC. You can't convince me that consoles are better than PCs. I'm sorry.
And doing all this crazy illicit shit, right? Fan games, stuff like that. How they always overhype, like, everything that comes out on PC. Like, even if it doesn't really deserve it. Like, another Metroid 2 remake, that comes to mind. Stuff like that. That always tends to get this very, very dedicated PC audience who will always stand by it as the best thing ever, even when it's not. You know, like, it's kind of amazing how something like, say, Undertale is a good example of this. How Undertale can come out on PC, become this success because of, like, the Undertale Homestuck audience, and then sort of, like, peter out and become irrelevant when it launches on consoles because it's simply the PC games, the exclusives, the Undertales, the Five Nights at Freddy's, the games that everyone's talking about and gets hyped over. Like, these games can't compete with actual video games. They are...
The only instance I've really seen of people overhyping something that comes out on PC if it was a really, really big release like Doom Eternal or Borderlands 3 or, you know, games like that. The only reason I would see people overhyping it is if they're hyped because it's not going out on the shitty Epic Game Store. That's the only instance I see people not or overhyping it, you know, to when it comes to game releases. You failed to mention the fact that it took about 2 or 3 years for Undertale to come out in console. Like, Undertale came out in PS4 in 2018. And when did Undertale come out? Like 2014 to around 2014, 2015 era. Like, that's when Undertale came out. Yeah, 3 years is pretty long, and that's about long enough to kill a game, especially if it's not multiplayer. I mean, yeah, I understand, it doesn't have to be multiplayer, I'm just making a point. But you also have to realize the fact that some of the reasons, or at least in the group that I hung out with, the reason Undertale was so hyped was because we haven't seen a pixelated game with like Minecraft graphics in a long ass time. Or at least I haven't. I don't know. And your point with Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't see your point about Five Nights at Freddy's because Five Nights at Freddy's was very much still alive when it came out on mobile. Yeah, it took a little bit to come out on mobile, but when it came out on mobile, it was very much still alive. It died around the time the 6th game came out.
Relevant not because PC gaming is a master race platform, but because PC is something that everyone has. Like, it's much like mobile gaming in this respect, where, you know, I have a phone, I don't play on it. I have a PC, I'm recording on it right now, and yet, you know, somehow I don't play PC games because I understand that they're inferior. I understand that they're not worth the time and effort when I could be playing the exact same game on my Nintendo hardware.
I mean, if you like something that's choppy as shit, like 30 FPS, like a Nintendo Switch, and you like that, then I can understand your reasoning. Like, something I forgot to mention earlier that PC has better than console, unless you like mod your console or some shit, is the frame rate. Because I'm pretty sure like a PS4 and Xbox One, or at least like the Pro versions of those two, have like a rough 60 FPS when it, you know, when it comes to frames. And a Nintendo Switch, even when it's docked on the TV, it goes at 30 FPS. So, with the PC, I can go above 60 FPS. Like, if my PC wasn't shit, and I had like a somewhat decent one, with a decent GPU and shit, I could have it run at like maybe 90 FPS, 120 FPS. The limit to your frames and the smooth like video quality is mostly up to you and, you know, the power of your PC.
Like, there is just no real justification to continue pretending that PC gaming isn't any way relevant, especially with the increasing relevancy of Epic Game Store and other services that are competing with Steam. Like, as time goes on, like, I would argue this has already happened, you're going to lose your Steam sales. You're going to lose all of these, like, amazing indie games that you used to buy for like $3 a pop or whatever. I swear, like, PC gaming primarily appeals to people who are like consumerists for being like, for the sake of being consumerist. Like, I'm sorry to rant about this, but I've heard far too many times of people who like brag about having like thousands of games on Steam and then like never actually playing any of them.
Oh yeah, sure, it's not like anyone on console isn't just like that. Because newsflash, motherfucker, people on console are the exact same. Like, I have about 35 plus games on my console, and I only play about roughly 5 or 6 of them. Your point makes no sense because you could just take everything you say and apply it to console as well. The only difference is that PC is a bigger community.
Like, they'll put like thousands of hours into like TF2 or something like that, and then like never touch anything they actually buy during the Steam sales. It just, that is the Steam audience. I think they buy stuff because they want to buy stuff, not because they want to like enjoy video games. Not because they play video games. Not that they, you know, particularly enjoy them or anything like that. They just want to buy stuff for the sake of buying stuff. And that's the appeal of Steam, is that like it's just something where, ooh, you can pour money into every now and again because I have nothing else going on in my life. And that's the key word here. Yeah, nothing going on, right? It's kind of amazing. With all the shit I talk about PlayStation, all the shit I talk about like all these other companies, all these other developers, all these other games, like no one gets as salty as the PC gamers when I talk about their inherent inferiority. Like, no one gets angrier. No one like spreads my videos more. No one leaves as angry of a comments as the PC gamers do. And like seeing them brag about like how Metroid Exodus isn't coming to Switch.
Oh my fucking Metroid Exodus. Okay, we're not even gonna acknowledge the fact that he confused Metroid with Metro Exodus. Oh my fucking god. Metroid Exodus. Oh, I'm sorry, but what the fuck? No, dude, it's Metro Exodus. How the they're nothing alike. How do you confuse the two? One, from what I remember, is a platformer, and the other one is a fucking first-person shooter. Holy shit.
Is like, it's just, I see this all the time. Like, PC gamers have no idea what they're talking about.
I mean, judging by what you're saying, I can intelligently say that console gamers have no idea what they're talking about.
They have no idea what's on their platform. They have no idea what's on the Switch. They have no idea what, the Switch games even run like, really.
Like I said earlier, Switch games run at like 30 FPS, and when they're docked, they run at 1080p, and when they're undocked, they run at like 480p or 720p. The thing about the Switch is that if it's not docked, if you're playing on the original Switch at least, they die in like 3 hours depending on the games. Like if you play a game like Doom or Breath of the Wild, it's gonna die in 3 hours. But if it's like 3 to 5 hours or some shit. I mean, yeah, the new Switch Lite, it runs for 4 hours if you play a game like Doom, and then to 9 hours. But we're not gonna acknowledge the fact that the Switch's hardware is absolute shit compared to modern day consoles. But yeah, let's just pretend that the Switch is superior to PC. Okay.
Like, seeing them brag about, like, running, pirating all these Switch games and, like, having them run at, like, I knew someone who ran Super Mario Odyssey at 8K at 120 frames per second. Like, that's fucking stupid. Okay, like,
it makes them better looking. Maybe he likes what it looks like at 8K and running at 120 FPS. And if you're gonna run a Switch game at 8K, you must have a strong, beef-ass computer. Holy shit.
it's pointless. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It doesn't make the games better, by the way, too. And, like, why would... I just want to sit down and play video games, okay? I don't want to mess around with gaming hardware. I don't want to install new hardware every couple of years. I don't want to do what PC gamers do and waste a ton of money on all these, like, unnecessary peripherals when I just use my PC for work. Like, I don't want to be a PC gamer, okay? I don't want to spend all of my time attacking people for making fun of PC gaming. Like, I actually have video games to play. Like, I am not a PC gamer. I probably never will be. Oh, I was thinking of getting the old Ultima games. I was looking into getting that because, like, those are the games that inspired Dragon Quest, and, like, eventually I think that's going to happen. Eventually I think I'm going to get into that. But, like, that's not going to be, like, a modern thing. Right? Like, if I buy PC games ever, they're going to be, like, 30-year-old games that, like, are on PC and aren't available anywhere else and will never be available anywhere else and are kind of irrelevant on other platforms anyway. There are very, very few PC games that I think that I think could fall under that umbrella. Like, yeah, maybe I'll try WoW someday. Just, WoW Classic maybe. Maybe I'll try, like, I don't know, StarCraft, or what else even is there? Diablo 2. I mean, I keep throwing out Blizzard games on there because, like, what else does even PC gaming even have? Again,
Alright, let me take you on a little tour of the PC gaming library. We have CSGO, TF2, World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Half-Life, Portal, StarCraft. Just go to Steam. Just go looking through the Steam store and shit, and you'll see a bunch of games that are probably popular. I don't know. Just download Steam and check. I'm not going to tell you what games you should play. I'm also not going to tell you that you shouldn't play on console. All I'm going to tell you is that console is shit.
I want to try Ultima. Like, there are things out there, but let's face it, guys. The vast majority of games that define the PC gaming industry back in the day, back in the 90s, they've all migrated primarily to consoles. Like Doom,
Yeah, guys, it's not like the reason they went to consoles is so they can make more sales.
On consoles. Like Doom Eternal is even coming out to Switch. Both of the Doom reboots are now on Switch, and they look and run perfectly fine. I didn't like the games because, I didn't love the games because they're not as good as people said they were, but they're all right, I guess. PC gaming is increasingly becoming irrelevant. Like as time goes on, and I think as more and more PC gamers PC games sort of started getting flooded with like the mobile audience, right? Like that's something I've been noticing. The last time I seriously tried playing PC games, like I don't even know, like 5, 10 years ago, it was longer than that, I think. Uh, the last time I seriously tried playing PC games, it resulted in this situation where like it was a free to play game and it had some minor microtransactions in it. Like you know what I mean? And that was the moment where I was like, or I didn't really want to pay for it. So yeah, that's going to be the end. Like loot boxes going to kill this gaming industry. It's going to kill PlayStation. It's going to kill Xbox. It's definitely going to kill PC gaming. It's going to demolish mobile when like if it becomes if loot boxes and microtransactions are outlawed as they should be, that's going to destroy mobile and make it like completely irrelevant. I desperately hope that happens. I'm not sure how realistic that is, but
I'm starting to get the feeling you are a super big Nintendo dick rider, because you're saying it's gonna kill all these places, but you fail to realize that there's games like that also exist on Nintendo. Like, it's inevitable. Games like that are gonna exist on all platforms. Mobile, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, even Nintendo.
but I hope it gets passed. I hope people start like putting some kind of limitation on it, because like once it gets limited in like any capacity, right? Once it gets controlled in any way, you won't see these insane ROIs. Like you won't see that insane return on investment. So that's going to seriously impact the long-term stability of mobile gaming, and that's going to be the end of mobile gaming. For PC gaming, I think it's going to be just a simple. It's going to be the arcade situation, right? Where you have gaming hardware, dedicated gaming hardware that does the exact same thing at a more affordable price with more games, more features, more stuff for the gaming audience, right?
If you think a 2D platformer and a 3D combat game play the same, then I'm sorry, but you need to get your fucking brain checked.
Like as this continues, right? Like once PlayStation and Xbox bow out of the industry, that's going to be a huge blow against the corrupt third-party developers. They're either going to have to go to Nintendo or PC.
I would enjoy it if you actually told us what makes Nintendo better than PC. Like, disregarding graphics and frame rate, please tell me what makes a Nintendo Switch better than a PC. Like, if you're gonna say the gaming library that you have that you could get on a Nintendo Switch, you could get probably most of the same games on a PC, if not even more games. Because let's be honest, compared to like the PlayStation and Xbox, the Nintendo Switch gaming library is pretty small.
And I think they're going to try to go with Google Stadia, and that's going to do a whole lot to make the games look better, because they already can't really look any better. We've long ago reached that threshold where we can't really make games look any better. So like talk about this, who talk about how superior consoles are to PC. Like the more I see this, the more tired I get of it. Like I think PC gamers are stuck in a bubble. They don't know what's actually out there, and they don't really understand or respect how much better Nintendo is than their overpriced gaming PC.
But anyways, that's it for his video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think about this video. Join my Discord server linked in the description, follow me on Twitter. and just go follow whatever other links I have linked in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am the Greatest Russian Spy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.